Hi everyone. For dance appreciation, my research topic was movement therapy in physical education in the classroom. But a lot of students don't get physical education in the classroom, which creates a dilemma. So a lot of schools do gym class, and a lot of students begin to hate gym class. I remember in 5th grade, I would rather sit on the floor and talk to my friends than do a gym class. So I found this quote from stateofobesity.org, and it says 13.9% of children ages 2 to 5, 18.4% of children ages 6 to 11, and 20.6% of children ages 12 to 19 had obesity. Now there's a pattern in this quote. So if you notice, the younger children have a less prevalence and are less likely to be obese, but as you get older, that likelihood increases. So that mentality of hating gym class and physical exercise can actually follow you into adulthood. So I looked up another one, and it said physical education is defined as instruction concerning the development and care of the body, which is usually considered a gym class. And that creates another dilemma, because if the only physical education a student receives is when they're in gym class, and they're not going to participate in that gym class, then they're not receiving any physical education. So there was a study completed by Philip Tomporowski, and it states that exercise led to an increased response accuracy, suggesting improved inhibitory control, and it also resulted in selective improvement on the children's performance on the wide range achievement tests, including reading subscales. So using that evidence from that study, we would obviously assume that exercise helps a student. But another dilemma created by the U.S. Education Department is that they've cut back recess to only 2 times a week in some schools. But yet in China, who is very educationally forward, they have recess, 10 minutes of recess for every 40 minutes of instruction. And the only thing is that looking at the U.S. Education Department, we have a very driven need towards instructional time. So when we do that, the U.S. thinks, oh, we can't have education, physical education for every 40 minutes of instruction. But yet, to prove that we can do that, a lot of teachers have started to use physical education in their individual lesson plans. And that can also be helpful, because if you ask a student to cross their midline, it helps them with their cerebellum. And there was a study done for students who have specific learning disabilities, and that includes dyslexia. So they focused on retaining the cerebellum, and the cerebellum is a part of the brain that only controls the involuntary movements such as balance, posture, rigidity, and fluidity of your movements. So they focused on that, and they did a cerebellum intervention with these students, and surprisingly, the students who had dyslexia actually had improved reading scores, because retaining the cerebellum had increased the balance in their eye movements. So with all of this information, I believe that the U.S. Education Department really needs to up their game when it comes to physical education.